like a Rocky, all right? Bam, boom, and explosions. Y'all better get a seat because Hershey Rose is here. What is up, y'all? Now, that was a pretty good open. Okay, let's try that one time. Bam, boom, bop, and explosions, y'all. Welcome to Hershey Rose channel. We got another podcast today, and today we're asking Nikita, can we please get the CZ BREN 2 and escape from Tarkov? And if you don't know what the CZ BREN 2 is, where you been, my boy? Where you been? If you don't know, the BREN 2 has the nickname of the Czech Scar. It's that Scar, but CZ made it. All right, you don't know who CZ is? Think CZ 75, as in like Counter Strike, the full auto. Think of CZP 10C if you're in the firearms world. You're over here in America. CZ is a big gun manufacturer. And think of the CZ Scorpion. There you go. There's another one. I'm asking Nikita, can we please get the CZ BREN 2 and maybe even the BREN 1 and escape from Tarkov? And the reason I'm asking that is because, like I said, its nickname is the Czech Scar. And we already have the Scar in the game. So, you know, come on. Come along with me on today's episode of Can We Please? And listen to what I got to say. If you guys have any suggestions or any feedback, or even you just want to share your thoughts about today's episode, feel free to leave it down in the comments. I'm filming this episode as of the 21st of January 2023. So the new wipe has been out for a little bit. We got the AUG. All the weapons that were leaked have been basically confirmed. And they are making their way into the meta, or not making their way into the meta, but making their way into the economy. You know, people have been using them. Flea market's been out for a little bit. Prices are starting to come down. It's still like maybe third or fourth week of wipe. So we're still we're technically like mid in my mind. I consider it mid wipe except the first 2 weeks. Anyone that's like actually playing the game, this is mid wipe. Let me make sure my audio is good. I think we're good on audio. This is mid wipe. So yeah, mid wipe now. Prices in flea market starting to come down a little bit. More people are starting to hit flea. I need to hop back on. I haven't played in a little bit just because I played the first 2 weeks and I've been traveling and it's still holiday season. So you guys forgive me, but glad to have you guys here. And if you guys see me look down, I'm working on it, y'all. I'm still working on it. Okay, this is the second podcast I recorded. I want to apologize to this podcast was originally going to be with a guest, but we recorded the podcast and the audio failed. So unfortunately, it's just gonna be me today. Maybe next time we'll get a guest, and we'll have more than just one person. I wanted to have another guest that plays Escape from Tarkov to have some of their opinions. Someone who's been a little more experienced than me. Just to give my background as far as in Escape from Tarkov, I've gone through about 4 or 5 wipes, and I've really played the last 3. And I think the highest low I've ever gotten was maybe like 27 or 30. So I haven't ever gotten, if I remember right, if it's Kappa, I haven't never got the Kappa case. I've never made it that far. One of my goals for next wipe or even this wipe is to get my hideout to the max. But yeah, let's start with some more reasons of why I'm asking, can we please get the CZ BREN into Escape from Tarkov? Well, first, let's see what we got here on the notes. Hold on, y'all. Okay, so let's talk about where CZ, the company that makes the firearm, is located. So, CZ stands for, or what you call it, short for, yeah. Man, it's kicking my butt. Czech slot. You know, we're not even gonna say it. I'm gonna insert like actually no, I'll play it right now. But if this becomes a YouTube short, I'm gonna put Ian McCullum from In Range saying CZ. Let me see if I can find it real quick. Or did I say In Range? I mean, or Forgotten Weapons. He knows it. He says it right. So you know, let me see if I can't find a clip of him saying it real quick. Ignore the ad. We're gonna get to this ad and then we're gonna go and play how he says CZ. See how he says CZ.
Hey guys, thanks for tuning in to another video on ForgottenWeapons.com. I'm Ian McCullum, and I am here today at CZ in Uherský Brod in the Czech Republic, taking a look at a couple of the cool guns that have come out of CZ's historical archive.
So I don't know how to say the company's name right, but that's where it's located, all right? And the reason I wanted to bring up the location of CZ is because of how close CZ is to Russia. So the reason I bring that up is because whenever I'm asking for a dev to bring a gun to a game, there's got to be some type of reasoning, right? I can't just be like, oh yeah, you should add this gun. Well, does it even make sense to have the gun in the game? So this is my reasoning. One, Czech is not super far from Russia, but it's not super close to Russia either. It is in between Germany and Poland. I think it's a NATO country at this point. It might have been under the old Soviet, or it was under the old Soviet rule. And CZ, the company, has been making guns for many nations. They have guns that are used for their own military, multiple weapons. So they have a good reputation, as well as they are considered very, very good firearms. It's not just like, for example, I'll say Colt, right? They're not a Colt where it's just like, okay, yeah, Colt, at least nowadays, Colt makes weapons. But Colt's not considered someone like Daniel Defense or FN, right? In my personal opinion, I might get some flack for that, but you know what I mean. When's the last time you've seen a Colt in a game and it's like, oh man, someone's like, oh man, that's a cool Colt gun? Nah, people are like, oh, that's the cool FN Scar, that Scar, you know what I mean? So, lore wise, the reason I think this would be really cool and it makes sense to put the CZ BREN in the game, is the CZ BREN comes in 3 different calibers. And in those 3 different calibers, the CZ BREN is not only used by the Czech military, but it's also been sold to other countries, whether it be other countries' police forces, other countries' militaries, and even in the private military sector, which that is what USEC and BREN are, right? The private military contractors. So here's my idea as far as what guns should go to what branch, right? Being USEC BREN or whatnot. And I just want to say, to me, it would make sense, or it is at least plausible, that the CZ BREN 2 could be in the game. BREN 1 and BREN 2. The BREN 1 is also known as the CZ 805. The BREN 2 is also can sometimes be called the 806. And it's also been in a couple movies and games. So as far as games, it's been in Combat Arms, the 805. It's been in Arma 2, Ghost Recon Future Soldier. It was definitely in Battlefield 4. It was one of the carbines that you could choose. Call of Duty Ghost as the SA 805. Payday 2, Warface, World of Guns, Gun Disassembly, Ghost Recon Wildlands, Black Squad, and Ghost Recon Breakpoint. And like I said, I'll definitely roll in some footage of all these different weapons, right? Now, as far as what guns should go to which, the CZ BREN, BREN 1, I'm pretty sure was only originally, or the BREN 1 was originally in 5.56 and 7.62. I don't remember if it was in 7.62 NATO, but I do remember, let me double check here. No, okay, so the BREN 1, or the 805, was originally in 5.56, right? Because at this point, the rifle was a new NATO rifle. The Czech Republic had gone through and they were making a new rifle to be up to date. The rifle before was the VZ58, or basically the Czech's AK. And now, since them being part of NATO, I wanted to use 5.56 and just have a new modern weapon for accessories and whatnot, right? They upgraded to this new rifle. Not to get too nerdy about it, but this rifle is single fire, burst, and full auto. So good there. We're checking off stuff there. And that's something else that I don't think that's as much of a thing. Yeah, I guess I'll bring this up. Something that I think would work, but they don't have to, right? Like, there are certain guns that are in the game right now, like the Scar or the Desert Tech MDR, right? There are civilian versions, and then there are military LE versions. And the civilian versions, at least as far as the US is concerned, oh my lord, as far as the US is concerned, are semi-auto only. But I think they should add this in semi-auto, burst, and full auto, or have it just be unrestricted right away. Now, as far as the USEC is concerned, I think that these would be great weapons to have as beginner weapons for people that have the EOD edition, as well as be incorporated as being on the flea. And we'll talk about what traders you'd be able to find it from, find the BREN 2 from, or if you should be able to get it off the ground, crate loot. We'll go over all of that. So let's start off with if you did start them off. My boy, this is why that's getting cut out. Let's start off with that's getting cut too. Okay, cut. Cool. Let's start off with the CZ BREN 2. Nope. Let's start off with USEC. I think that the CZ BREN 2 would make a great addition for the USEC other starter gun, right? Instead of actually, let me look that up. Because, right, for example, I know Bear. I played Bear last wipe. Bear, you start off with an RPK kind of like as your other gun other than the AK-74s. Let's look up the CZ, or not CZ. Let's look up the USEC EOD starting gear. Okay, so you get 2 M4s, you get 2 MP5s, MREs, okay, yep, M9s. Oh, that's standard edition, hold on, EOD. Okay, so for EOD edition, you start off with 2 M4s, 8 MP, nope, that's the magazines, 3 M9s, how many MP5s, 2 MP5s, and then you get the M700. So in my personal opinion, if they still wanted to give us a 7.62x5.1, that's the amazing thing about the BREN 2. The BREN 2 has or is made in a 7.62x5.1 variant. So instead of having a bolt action, they could give us a 7.62x5.1. And I know some of you are saying, well, okay, what's the hoopla about having a CZ BREN in 7.62x5.1? So that basically means you're getting almost like a SCAR 17 off rip. But I can also see them not wanting to do that, right? Because it's not a bolt action. That's going to be a lot more effective weapon. So I wouldn't be too upset about them not adding that. But what if instead of giving us a 7.62x5.1, they gave us a CZ BREN 2, or it gave you the choice to choose between a CZ BREN 2 or an HK 416 or a SCAR 16 for your starting weapon as far as EOD edition. So you'd have your 2 M4s, and then you'd have your CZ BREN 2, which also uses the same accessories for muzzle devices, whether that be suppressors, compensators, flash hiders. It uses the same mags as the AR or the M4 and SCAR 16, so you wouldn't have to get any new mags. So you could have mag compatibility, you have ammo compatibility. There's different barrel lengths. You can get the 5.56 one, which is the one I'm going over right now. Sorry if I didn't say that. The BREN 2 for 5.56. Like I said, for USEC as a starting EOD weapon, I think would be pretty cool. Because like I said, then you get all that compatibility, all the parts compatibility. It comes with Picatinny rail on the bottom from off rip. So it's not like you'd have to go get additions to you'd have to get any additional pieces. Like just straight off rip from the beginning of the wipe, you'd be able to put it on a foregrip if you wanted to. This also has a rail top section, Picatinny rail top section, so you could put on red dots or scopes if you wanted to right from the beginning of wipe. You know what I mean? So this would already be a better option than the M4, and it'd just be a good EOD reward, or just a good 5.56 competitor in general. And its recoil is relatively low. People that shoot in real life say that it shoots smoother or sometimes softer than the SCAR. Just a good platform in general. Next, let me go. I think it'd be really excellent if you started off with this instead of the BREN 2. Oh, brother, this guy stinks. My bad. I think for Bear, it'd be better if you started with, instead of the RPK for EOD edition during the beginning of the wipe, you started with the CZ BREN 2 and 762 by 39. And I think the good balance for it is now this one, like I said, you can still put your foregrips, your red dots without having to buy any additional parts. Um, muzzle, how do I say that? Muzzle devices would be they wouldn't be as compatible with all AK stuff, but at the same time, they do make a European, or the European version is in metric instead of the US Imperial unit. So I guess technically you would have some muzzle device compatibility, that you'd be able to use some muzzles and some suppressors with. That'd be pretty good, as well as the 762 by 39 BREN 2 actually does use proprietary mags. So PS 762 by 39 PS is a lot stronger of a round than M855. The green tips on the 556 side. So to kind of balance that out of having a stronger weapon for Bear, since the mags are proprietary, they would only give you so many mags to begin off with, like maybe 5 or 6 mags, because then, like I said, it would help balance it a little bit. And I know some people are like, well, why do we need more 762 by 39 weapons, right? So basically, think AK rounds. And Gold, who was in the original recording with this, was asking what's the point. And to my defense, I said, well, we have all these AKs, so what was the point of putting in the Rifle Dynamics 47, right? And the reason they put that in is so you could get a smoother shooting, more accurate, more durable AK that used 762 by 39. Like, it was meant to be the Chad's AK, and be easier to use. So now if you add this BREN 2 in, right, starting off early white, not being able to add as many attachments, or not being able to tune it down, or not having all the attachments available, whether that be muzzle devices, all the grips that you would want, or being able to have the option to add longer or shorter barrels, right? Because adding a longer barrel is going to help with the controllability, right? Help with the recoil. Having all of that's not going to be available to you beginning white. So I think that would be a really good idea, to have it as like I said, an EOD thing. And both of these, I think it would be great, both the 556 version and the 762 by 39 version, to be on the flea market. Saying that, too, at least as far as these two versions are concerned, these two versions are supposed to be mostly parts compatible, except for, right, the barrel and the bolt. And only thing about the lower, so think about your wear part that that's on like your M4 or your AK, like the receiver, right, or the lower for the M4. That's the most time the part that has durability, that if you know it's under 50, you sell defense, right? Get your money back. The 762 version, if you 762 by 39 version, you take out a sleeve that's in a mag well, or if you put in a sleeve, I'm sorry, that's in the mag well, then it would fit AR mags. So I think that would be also cool for people that are running the Bear version. If they found that sleeve, they could put that sleeve in, and if they found the barrel and bolt for 556, they'd be able to change their BREN 2 into a 556 BREN 2, and there you go. They'd be able to run both versions, or be able to have both versions. I think that'd be very cool. Next, we have the 762 by 51, or think SR25 mags, SR25 ammo, 762 by 51. I think that'd be really good if that was, you found it only on raiders. So killing like a marksman raider or a sniper raider, or if that was found on like a new scab boss, or if that's only found in crates, but you couldn't buy that one off flea market. And this would be like I said, this would be like a Chad weapon, right? Like SR25. Now everyone's running around for SR25. Some people are running around with FALs. Some people are running around with RFBs, right? This would be in that class of rifle. So I think this would be a really good addition to the game, right? So you already got the Scar 17, and you can buy the Scar 17, and that's a pretty good weapon, right? But most people, I'd say, use the Desert Tech MDRX in 308, and that's really solid, right? Because you got that in semi and full auto, and it's really easy to control, and it's really close to you, so you don't end up muzzling the doors when you're going through doors. So if you want to rush in, you don't have to worry about, oh, my muzzle turned up or went down because I hit the wall in front of me. That necessarily wouldn't be the case with the CZ BREN 2 BR, but I think it'd be really interesting to see it in the game. Now, as far as traders, I think it'd be appropriate to put both or all of the BRENs, maybe except for the 7.62x5.1, put the 7.62x3.9 and the 5.56 BREN 2 with skier. Have skier be the trader for that, and for the 5.56 version, make it a skier level 1 tradable, skier level 2 where you can buy it, but it still be cheaper than the Scar, and cheaper than the HK416, because that's what its kind of competitors are as far as what it would shoot like. And a lot of people don't use the HK416 because getting an 8R or an M4 is just so much cheaper. It's not even worth using the 416. So that, that's where I'm going with that. So placing it with skier for the 5.56, remember, level 1 tradable, and then level 2 purchase with money, where actually if it's purchased with euros, that wouldn't be a bad move either. Make it maybe level 1 purchase with euros, level 2 make it purchase with oh, the narrow, no, what's the ham, rubles, there we go. Make it purchase with rubles level 2 skier for 5.56, and purchase with euros level 2 skier, and level 1 is only tradable. Now level 3, it'd be the same, which could just be that discounted price for level 3 of buying the BREN 2 5.56. And level 2, I'd say make the 7.62 version by 3.9 tradable, and then the 7.62 by 3.9 buyable level 3 skier, right? And then start making the mags being able to be bought level 2. Oh my lord. Yeah, we struggling. This is the second episode. I promise it's gonna get better. It's gonna get better, and I'm gonna have guests so I can also help staying on track. And my English is gonna get better. I promise y'all. We're working on it. Even eye contact with the camera. But getting back to the topic, level 2 skier, I think it would be appropriate if the BREN 2 and the AK rounds, I'm going to say that so I don't have to keep saying 7.62x3.9, shorten it all up. And the mags would be purchasable fully with just rubles. Or, let's do it this way. Let's say the mags are purchasable with euros, level 2 skier for 7.62x3.9 AK rounds, or I think 7.62 PS, and they are purchasable with rubles and euros level 3 skier. I think that would be appropriate. And once again, I think both of these weapons should be able to be found on raiders. Same way the mutant was able to be found on raiders. This would just be a higher class mutant as far as the AKPS rounds. And I think the 7.62x5.1 or the SR25 version should be found on raiders as well, and you should be able to purchase the mags tradable, or no, buyable euros level 2 and buyable euros and rubles level 3. So that's where I think it fits in the traders market. Of course, the flea market is basically however we price it. So I would say hopefully you'd be able to find them somewhere around 75,000, but that's wishful thinking. I kind of want to launch the game right now just to see what the HK416 is going for, because the HK416 and the Scar are once again kind of where I'm setting the prices at in my mind, because it should be cheaper than both of those as far as economy wise. So it'd be interesting to see how how Nikita and his crew put that together in the game. Nikita, I'm talking about you. So can we please get all these incorporated to the EOD starting pack, and then can we please have Skier be the trader that we buy it from? I'm saying it'd be pretty cool. Next white. Hey Nikita. Hey. All right, next part. Next part on the notes. What we have is, well, I already brought up the guns that it compares to. And I already gave the reasons, so I think we're almost done. Golly, this is a quicker one because I actually got it structured this time. and I'm not just repeating myself. So we'll go over it. I think we have the lore reason. It's relatively close. Um, it's relatively close within the Tarkov world. It's plausible. If the Scar 16 can make it in there, it's plausible. If the AUG can make it in there, it's definitely plausible. Um, so let's answer the main questions that I guess we should have for the podcast. Is it plausible? Yes. I'm writing this down for next podcast. Is it plausible? Yes. Um, does it fit within the game's current? Does it fit within the game's current mechanics? So, does it actually use calibers and stuff that's already in the game? So we'll say yes. Is it within the game's current mechanics? Yeah, we're putting this in here. This look, we getting better, y'all. We getting better. We're getting better. So can it work within current game mechanics? Yes. Does it make sense to have it for certain traders? Yes. Skier and maybe Peacekeeper. So yes, that works. What would be another question? Are there other weapons like it, or do the weapons that are already in the game justify it? I say yes. Like I said, I kind of gave my reasons. Like I said, just a Chad weapon. Especially in the 7.62 variants. And having more weapons is not bad in Escape from Tarkov, especially given, like I said, he just added the AUG. AUG's a cool weapon, but in my personal opinion, it didn't have to be added. It's cool, it's functional, and it makes sense. So, and it has other competitors. Like I said, it has the AKs as competitors, both the Scars, the K416 and the M4s, parts compatibility. And yeah, this episode was quick. I'm not even gonna cap with y'all. I thought episode was gonna be like 30 minutes, 40 minutes. Cause when we first recorded this, boy, this thing went on for like 2 hours. I'm not even gonna cap. It was like an hour 40 minutes. And this is like, I'm looking down at my timer right now. This is 30 minutes. I gotta make the podcast at least a little longer. Shoot, I don't even know what to talk about. Well, let me do my wrap up then, because I did expect this to go longer, and maybe I just need to write down more notes, talk slower, and have some more stuff to go over. Maybe I think next time, guys. Do you guys want me to talk about like animations, whether it be reload animations, inspection animations? Did you guys want me to add that? Please comment, subscribe below. If you're listening to this or watching on YouTube, subscribe. If you're listening to this on any other platform, please leave a review. Leave beat 5 stars, okay? Let me know what I can do to make this podcast more entertaining for you. Because I definitely want to keep going with this, and I just thought about some things that maybe I can add. So let's work on that right now. I think whenever I do Tarkov specifically, I'm also gonna add like how many like inventory slots, right? What configurations to take what amount of inventory slots, and just to go over that real quick, standard M4 inventory slots, basically like I said, they could work it just like the Scar 16, but almost same thing like Scar 16. It does have a foldable butt stock, which, hey, I might right after this. I'm going to record another Can We Please, but it's going to be a short about foldable stocks and having them fix that. So yeah, I'll try to make sure to go over smaller features like that are really cool. Foldable stocks. Let's see, animations. That might be a good thing. Check. No, I think I went over everything, guys. If you guys have any other questions, or you guys have anything to add, I really appreciate it, guys. Thanks for coming along and listening to another episode of Can We Please, this time in Escape from Tarkov, get the CZ BREN 2. Nikita. Hopefully someone tweets this out to you. Hopefully I get better at this podcast, and we get a better background and whatnot. Thank you guys all for watching. Subscribe, comment, description. What do you guys want to see next? Whether that be what games, whether that be what topics, and what hosts you guys want to see, or what co-hosts you guys want to see. I'm up for more ideas, guys. We got a lot more to come. There should be a podcast every 2 weeks, alternating between Saturday and Sunday. So first episode I put out was Saturday. Second episode, this is going to come out tomorrow on the 22nd, Sunday. Hit me up, y'all. I can't wait to see how this goes. Probably the next episode will be about either Tarkov, or next episode for Tarkov will probably either be about adding 10mm to the game, adding either the CZ Scorpion or the CZ pistols, the CZ-P10 series, or the CZ-75, the CZ-P07, P09. We'll probably have something like about that coming in the near future. And then we'll probably do the shotguns, because once upon a time I did do a short that went up there about the Kel-Tec shotguns, but we'll probably redo that one because that one didn't get much steam. And we'll probably end up re-recording that one. Yeah, we'll probably end up making that into a full episode or something of that nature. Because I did the Kel-Tec shotguns for Modern Warfare 2, and a lot of that's going to move over and apply for Tarkov. We'll see. We're working on it, guys. We're working on it. But until then, hey, I didn't hurt you. Roll the outro, because we ain't never gonna finish this. You don't roll the outro. Roll the outro, bro. I'll see you guys in 2 weeks. Appreciate you guys for coming through. Later.